Okay guys, so in the English language exam, people struggle when it comes to talking about structure. Even my own classes, they're very good at speaking about language devices. But structure is where the hiccups come. Structure is where people kind of get a little bit confused. So let's go over a few structural devices in this video. The first one I want to look at is zooming in and then zooming out. Now what does this mean? So for example guys, let's say in the source it says it was a cold day in November and John sat in the bus. A cold day in November is zooming out. We're kind of up here. And then John sat in the bus. We zoomed into the bus. That is what you call zooming out to zooming in. Vice versa. Let's say we start in the bus and we zoom out to the weather. That's zooming in to zooming out. Alright, next, let's go for shift in focus. Again, let's say for example your source is talking about a chocolate cake and how lovely the chocolate cake is and how delicious it looks. And then the focus shifts to a man walking down the street. That is a structural feature. The writer has gone from the cake to a character. And this brings me on to our next feature. And this is the introduction of new characters. Believe it or not guys, this is a structural feature. Look at what time or what point in the source are we introduced to a new character, and does it have any relevance? For example, if the character is introduced in the very last paragraph, maybe the writer has been building up therefore to this introduction. But so far guys, these are three structural features. Let's look at two very common ones now. Guys, let's look at foreshadowing. And let's look at flashbacks. Now a lot of you may already know what these are, but let's quickly go over them. Foreshadowing is when the writer gives clues about what may happen in the future. So they may drop hints through objects or to speech or through actions as to what might happen later on in the play. Flashbacks, this is when the writer goes back in time. So for example, I might start talking about right now what I did last week. That's a flashback. If I said what I'm planning on doing next week and I start dropping hints, that's me foreshadowing. Like guys, these are two very common structural features. I think they come up in a lot of the sources. Alright guys, let's do two more. Let's do two more because then I think you have enough. Let's go for thought or thoughts to action. Now what does it mean? Let's use the example of that cake again. There might be a cake on the table and I might be thinking, wow, that cake looks delicious. And next minute, I go for it and I eat it. I've gone from what I think to what I'm doing. That is a structured feature. You've gone from here to here, thought to action. And finally guys, a lot of people talk about this. Let's look at cyclical structure. Oops, why am I giving you a dot there? Cyclical structure guys. This is when you compare the ending and the opening of the source. And is there a link? So for example, if the source begins with a character running through a forest, for example, and it ends with the same character running through the forest, we've gone in a circle. Whatever's happened in between is important, but the opening and the ending is like a circle. We've gone around. Those are some structural features. There's plenty more that I will cover in future videos. But for now, these 6 should be good for you should be good enough to be revising at the moment.